Katie, the Whitworth volleyball team got to close out the non-conference schedule down in California this weekend, and the Pirates won 2 out of 3. Tell us about how we played and what you saw.
I thought it was a great weekend. I thought we were able to pick up from where we ended in Wisconsin, having competed against some really good teams, and take that confidence and that experience into California. And yes, won 2 out of the 3, and I thought I saw a lot of improvement even from the weekend before. I felt like we were a lot more consistent and more efficient, specifically in our offense, against some really good defensive teams. Our one loss was against CMS, Claremont Mudscribs, ranked, pretty high and has a long tradition of success. And so we knew that was going to be our toughest match. We lost in 3, however, walked away from the match feeling great about what we could do. Our stats we beat them in almost every statistical category. So I think we left that match feeling both proud and frustrated, or maybe just, wanting more, having known that we were in it, but we just couldn't quite, finish when we needed to. And so I like that feeling. I like that feeling of being confident in where we're at, but also still being hungry and wanting to see what else we can accomplish. And I feel like we're in a good place mentally and physically as we head into conference play.
Yeah, there were a couple of sets against Chapman and Pomona where we were just dominant. Is that kind of the culmination of some of those things you were just talking about in terms of the confidence and efficiency all coming together at one time?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we worked on some very specific things in practice, things that we learned about our team when we were playing in Wisconsin, things we really wanted to improve on, a faster pace of the game, having to defend against a really fast offense on the other side, and that was encouraging to see us improve in those specific areas. And yes, then getting to see that kind of come to fruition on the court, and the girls really connecting in all aspects, and really understanding that feeling of what it's like to go out there and just kind of enforce, your will on people and just play at a high level, regardless of who's on the other side of the net, I think was fun for them.
Is the goal now then to try and learn how to sustain that for an entire match?
Yes, absolutely, because I think even in those moments where we saw some really good things and we were really excited, we're, not perfect obviously, and we had a lot of slip-ups too, where we would potentially establish a lead and then, not be able to maintain that lead. And that is the game of volleyball. It's a momentum game. It's a consistency game. And so that is something that we're always having to work on.
Well, this week we're going to change focus and look at Northwest Conference.
Yes.
We get to open at home. We get to play at home for the first time this year. What do we know about Pacific and George Fox and the challenges that they're going to bring?
Well, we know they're always a traditionally really competitive team in our conference. Pacific, we play Friday night, and both teams are returning kind of a strong cast of players or some strong starters that they had last year. Pacific is returning one of the better outsides in our conference, and so that will be really competitive and fun to play against them. And they also had a good preseason. I think right now, just in terms of record, they're ranked 2nd in our conference, and so I know that they also have a lot of confidence and experience, so that should be a really good match. And George Fox is returning a handful of 5th-year seniors, so once again a lot of experience on their end. And they're a team that we always battle with, especially last year. That was our last loss in conference in the conference tournament. So just eager and excited to get started against some good teams in conference.